Matt Damon. Yes, the mystery of Matts. Mumbling Editor, we're back again. We're going to jump in and kind of go over some Matts and masks. Matt Damon. Little reference there to little Team America. A pretty funny little movie there. So just for the essence of time, I'm not going to build all this stuff. I just kind of want to make a quick little video, a quick run through of what I have here. So what I have is a background. See the background in one. This is my output of the whole comp. That's actually my media out node that's further down in the comp here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that into 2 so we can see and focus just on this demonstration. Here's our background. And then we have a mat or a rectangle, cutting that out. We can see that to adjust that mat, we're just using the width and the height to be able to adjust that mat. We have a text fed into a transform node, so we can move that text via the transform node. I personally like to build things with having visual representation of everything. So I have a text node fed into a transform node, and this is where all my animation is going to lie. Instead of building the animations within this text node, because I could actually be moving things around with this actual text node and using the transform within it. I personally don't really like that because I like to have more of the visual of things. So mainly for other editors that take on my edit. If they need to jump on it and make a revision in like 3 months from now, they're able to see like, oh, hey, all the animations are going to be in this transform instead of here. It's just neater in my eyes. So to kind of demonstrate, I can take these things off. I can plug this text directly into the merge. And here's my text. Dink, there it is. So it's not being cut out by the mat at all. If I attach this mat directly to the text, now that mat is cutting out that text. So it gives me the same exact thing of connecting this into here, this transform node. I just held shift and dragged that on into there and it connects into it. So there it is. So I'm going to now connect it to my transform node, and now it gives me the same exact function, but it's just with this transform node. So to kind of demonstrate like what I would use this for, here's the mat, here's the rectangle. So I can then animate this rectangle, and that actually reveals all of that in one simple animation. Instead of having multiple rectangles connected to multiple things, I can just have the one rectangle, then animate this one element in there, which is much like the keys that I have popping up for like, oh, hey, this is like the hotkey is Command B for this or whatever. It's just, this is the same animation as what I've got going on there. Just bing, just do a little bouncy animation there. I'll just quickly kind of show you guys how to do that. Here we go. So let's go to the beginning here. So I'm going to go to frame 0 of my comp. I'm going to click on the keyframe for the animation. I usually go 10 frames in, click another keyframe, go in another 9 frames or so, click another keyframe. Whoop, come on. And then like another 8 frames or thereabouts. I can go back to the very beginning. I can put this at 0, advance my next keyframe. That's my 100. That's the full size that I want this animation to be. So then I can just add a little bit to this. So I can go 0.2, or how about 0.22? There we go. And then go to this next keyframe, go to 0.13 to make it smaller. And then the last keyframe is the 100% that I want it at. So if I go Control F, that focuses all of that. I can lasso that to select all my keys, or I can just Control A to select them all. Press F again to pop a Bezier on all of them. If I hit T, then I can do my ease in and outs, and then ease things in and out. And then we get a cool little boing, 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 boing. Look at that. That's what we got. Okay, so there's that quick little animation. Let's go into the next part of mats. I'm going to press 2 on this to be able to view my mat. Press 1 to see my logo. So 1 is the loader bringing the logo in. This next thing is the change depth. That's just changing my bit depth from 32-bit down to 16. That's just basically making it easier for my system to run. And then the last thing is the color itself. So if I have this logo, it's plugged directly into the color depth, and then that is being plugged into the colors alpha channel. This blue line is the alpha channel. I can delete this out. It just kind of makes it a little bit simpler to see. And there we have our logo plugged into the alpha channel of that background node. That's all that is, background node. Bink. I put the background node on solid color, and we can change the color to whatever we would like. So say we need to do, some orange logo or something. And that just represents this alpha channel, how it's being used. We can generate any kind of alpha channel, bring in any kind of logo, and feed that into other nodes to be able to manipulate those nodes. So in this case, I'm taking that and manipulating this background node with the logo to simply change the color of the logo. This is something that's used a lot of times in all sorts of commercial production and stuff. Taking this one step further, this is a little zoomed in, so I'm going to press my minus key. Just kind of zooms me out, plus zooms it in. And here we go. We've got another loader node bringing in another logo. And here's our media out, and this is the comp that we have here. In this example, we're going to show you how to create an outline to a logo, which is extremely helpful. Anytime you have a logo that needs to be, kind of brought out so you can actually see it. So say if my background here was actually white, this logo would just get totally lost if it didn't have that outline put onto it, if it was just a straight up logo. So taking a look at our logo, we have here our pixel dimensions of the logo, 1920 by 595. That's very important for what we're about to do here. So we're going to feed that loader node, which we loaded this logo into a transform node. That gives us a way of manipulating and placing that logo. That is then fed into an alpha matte shrink and grow. This is the juice of how we're going to manipulate this outline. So by manipulating these two sliders, I can make the outline bigger or smaller. See, if I take away the outline, you pretty much have nothing there. Make it really big. It's being kind of cut off here. So you want to kind of find a sweet spot for that. If we go into our background color, we want to match this up, the image size with the actual size of our logo. So we got 1920 by 595. We're going to put 1920 by 595 into our background color, which is just a background node. That's all that is. If I take a look at the color, I can go ahead and leave it at solid, put it in the gradient, do whatever I want to do with that to be able to manipulate that. Now, if we wanted to change that outline, we would just go on into our background color and pick out a color that we want to change it to. All right. Thanks a lot, Matt, for helping us out with those mystery mats. Matt Damon.